and welcome back grade 1 students. I hope you guys are enjoying my science videos. We are still on Unit 6, Objects and Patterns in the Sky. Lesson 2, What are Patterns of Daylight? Part 5. Are you guys ready? Let's start. For today, we're going to cover the following points. Lesson check page 309, self-check page 310, 311. We open to page 309 and you could spot the 4 seasons, spring, summer, fall, and winter. Let's check out what is the question. Can you explain it? You want to plant flowers in seasons with the most daylight. Which seasons would you choose? Be sure to tell how knowing patterns of daylight helped you solve the problem. So I'm going to reread it, then I'm going to explain. Can you explain it? You want to plant flowers in seasons with the most daylight. Which seasons would you choose? Be sure to tell how knowing patterns of daylight helped you solve the problem. So, we listen up carefully. Some kids want to plant flowers in seasons with the most daylight. Which seasons should they choose? And they told us to be sure to tell how knowing patterns of daylight helped you solve the problem. Now let's think together. We know that during the spring and the summer season we have the most hours of daylight due to the fact, excellent, of Earth's rotation around the sun, and during the summer and the spring the Earth will be tilted closer to the sun. That's why we get more hours of sunlight and we get more hours of daylight, right? But then as the Earth continues its rotation around the sun, it will reach a point where it would be far away, tilted far away from the sun, resulting in the other 2 seasons, which are the cold seasons, winter and the fall, and resulting in fewer hours of daylight due to the fact that it's tilted away from the sun, so it gets less sunlight, so fewer hours of daylight. Clear so far? So, based on what we studied, in which seasons should they plant the flowers? Excellent, during the spring and the summer, because due to Earth's rotation around the sun, as we said, the spring and the summer has most hours of sunlight. Clear? Due to the fact that during the spring and the summer, the Earth will be tilted towards or closer to the sun, thus it gets more hours of daylight in its rotation around the sun. Okay? Clear so far? So, we write on the lines on page 309, I would plant flowers in spring and in summer. Spring and summer have the most hours of daylight. Fall and winter have fewer hours of daylight. So I'm going to read it one more time. I would plant flowers in spring and in summer. Spring and summer have the most hours of daylight. Fall and winter have fewer hours of daylight, as we said, due to Earth's rotation around the sun. So due to Earth's rotation around the sun, as we said, what happens? During certain time, as it rotates, the Earth will be tilted closer to the sun, resulting in more hours of daylight, and producing for us the spring and the summer season. And in other times, during Earth's rotation around the sun, the Earth will be tilted away from the sun, resulting in fewer hours of daylight and giving us the fall and the winter seasons. Clear? Great. Let's move on. Page 310. Write the numbers 2, 3, and 4 to show the order of the seasons. The first one has been done for you. So 1 is spring. What comes after spring? Excellent. Summer. What comes after summer? Excellent. Fall. What comes after fall? Excellent. Winter. Great. Very proud of you guys. Number 2. This family is eating dinner at the same time in winter and summer. Which is true about when the sun seems to set? Now we have winter and we have the summer. A. The sun seems to set earlier in summer. B. The sun seems to set earlier in winter. C. The sun seems to set at the same time in winter and summer. Let's think together. Is it A. The sun seems to set earlier in summer? Is it setting earlier? No, so A is incorrect. B. The sun seems to set earlier in winter? True, it is correct. C. The sun seems to set at the same time in winter and in summer? That is incorrect. We know that due to Earth's rotation around the sun seems to set earlier during the winter. See? Then, due to the fact that Earth would be tilted away from the sun during the winter season, resulting in fewer hours of sunlight, and it would seem to set at an earlier time. Clear? We continue to page 311. Spring and fall have about the same number of hours of A, rain, B, sunset, C, daylight. So according to the patterns of daylight, what did we study? Spring and fall have about the same number of hours of A, rain. Is it rain? No. B, sunset? No. C, daylight. Correct. Because the sun seems to set at almost a really close timing between the spring and the fall season. Clear? Because these seasons are what? In the middle. Now, number 4. If the sun seems to set at 7 o'clock on the first day of spring, when will it seem to set on the first day of summer? A, earlier than 7 o'clock. B, later than 7 o'clock. C, at the same time. So I'm going to reread. We listen up carefully. 4. If the sun seems to set at 7 o'clock on the first day of spring, when will it seem to set on the first day of summer? A, earlier than 7 o'clock. B, later than 7 o'clock. C, at the same time. So it seems to set at 7 o'clock during the spring, and we know that during the summer we have even more hours of daylight than during the spring. So this means that the sun will set earlier than 7 o'clock, B, later than 7 o'clock, or C, at the same time. Excellent, it is B, because it's set at 7 during the spring, and we know that during the summer we have a longer daytime, so which means that it will set later than 7 o'clock. And of course it is not C, they won't set at the same time. Number 5. Which is a pattern of daylight? A, the amount of daylight changes from day to day with the seasons. B, the amount of daylight changes from year to year. C, the amount of daylight never changes. What do you guys think? Which is a pattern, something that is repeated about the daylight? A, the amount of daylight changes from day to day with the seasons. B, the amount of daylight changes from year to year. C, the amount of daylight never changes. Excellent, it is A, the amount of daylight changes from day to day with the seasons. Okay, due to Earth's rotation around the sun. B, the amount of daylight changes from year to year. This is incorrect. Okay, C, the amount of daylight never changes. Also, this is incorrect. This is the B and C are not patterns of daylight. They asked us about patterns of daylight. Here, remember, pattern is something that's being repeated. That's all. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.